Death doesn't always come quickly in space. A planet doesn't just explode. It doesn't vanish in an instant. It erodes, atom by atom, layer by layer, until absolutely nothing is left. These are disintegrating planets, and we are watching them die in real time. Back in 2012, astronomers found something truly strange. A planet they named KIC 12,550,7548b. It's about 1,500 light years away from us, which sounds far, but its life is anything but distant from its star. It orbits incredibly close. So close that its entire year is only 15.7 hours long, 15 hours. That's shorter than some work shifts here on Earth. But being that close to its star comes at a terrible cost. The heat is unimaginable. We're talking over 2000 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to literally boil rock. And that's exactly what's happening. This planet is boiling away. When astronomers first observed KIC 12,550,7548b, they noticed something very unusual. Every time the planet passed in front of its star, the star's light dimmed. Now, that's normal. That's how we find exoplanets. It's called the transit method, but the amount of dimming kept changing. Sometimes the planet blocked a lot of light. Other times, it blocked very little. It was as if the planet was changing its size. But planets don't just change size. Not that fast, not unless they're surrounded by a gigantic cloud of debris. You see, KIC 12,557,548b has a tail, just like a comet, a massive trail of dust and vaporized rock, stretching 4 millions of kilometers behind it. This planet isn't really solid anymore. It's evaporating. The very surface is being ripped away, turned into gas and dust, and then blown out into space by the intense, relentless radiation from its star. Can you even imagine standing on the surface of a disintegrating planet? If you somehow could, the ground beneath your feet wouldn't be solid. It would be bubbling, melting, vaporizing. Huge chunks of rock would peel away and just float upward into the thin, superheated atmosphere. The sky wouldn't be black. It would be filled with glowing dust, a perpetual, swirling cloud of your own planet's body, just drifting away forever. So how long does a disintegrating planet actually have? Not very long, in cosmic terms. KIC 12,557,548b is losing about 135,000 metric tons of its own material every single second. That sounds like an enormous amount, and it is. But planets are incredibly massive. Even a small rocky planet has a mass measured in sextillions of tons. So, at its current rate of decay, KIC 12,557,548 might last for another 100 million years, maybe less, before it's completely gone, reduced to nothing but a thin, ghostly ring of dust orbiting the very star that killed it. And KIC 12,557,548b is not alone. Since its discovery, we've found other disintegrating planets. K22b, Kepler 152b, all of them are orbiting dangerously close to their stars. All of them are evaporating, slowly dying. These are what we call ultra-short period planets. They complete a full orbit in less than a day, sometimes in just a few hours, and every single one of them is doomed. But this brings up a terrifying question. Were these planets always as close to their star? Or did they migrate inward over time? Is it possible they once orbited much farther out, safer, stable, maybe with atmospheres and even oceans. Before some cosmic event, some gravitational nudge pulled them toward their star, dooming them to a slow, inevitable death by fire. Some scientists believe that these disintegrating planets are the final, grisly stage of something called planetary migration. A planet drifts too close, the star's gravity and radiation then begin to strip it apart. First, the atmosphere gets blown away, then any oceans boil off. Then, the crust itself melts and peels away, until all that's left is the dense core, a silent ball of iron and rock, orbiting its executioner, just waiting for the end. These planets aren't dying quickly, they are dying slowly, over millions and millions of years, bleeding into space, piece by piece. And the incredible thing is, we can see it happening. We can measure it, we can track the debris cloud. We can watch how the star's light curve changes with every orbit. We are witnessing planetary death in slow motion. We are watching worlds die. This is a glimpse into the brutal, beautiful, and often terrifying processes that shape our universe. The cosmos is a place of creation, but it is also a place of destruction. And sometimes, we are lucky enough to have a front row seat. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more of the universe's dark secrets, make sure to subscribe. Until next time, keep watching the dark.